Tali Kogan is one of the hottest stylists in Chicago. Her latest and biggest collaboration up to date is happening right now at 900 North Shops, where she has her own pop-up styling studio and hosts a weekly free virtual style series every Wednesday. Please welcome the fabulous Tali Kogan. All right, everybody. So today we have Tali Kogan, who I personally think is like the most well-dressed, fabulous person in all of Chicago. So we're so excited to have you here today. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Jaclyn. What an honor. I'm super, super excited to be here. Thank you for hosting me.
Of course. So we're going to jump right in. So I want to start by just saying, just based off of just following you on Instagram, I mean, I feel like you're so contagious. Your energy is so contagious. I feel like there's so much positivity. Your fashion is just unbelievable. And I feel like everybody would just want to be your friend. So I want to ask, for you, what does success feel like and what does that mean to you? Let's start there. Like, what does success mean to you and where does that confidence come from?
For me, success, first of all, thank you, Jaclyn, for every single word. You just made me totally cry. It means so much to me. I love hearing all of that. So thank you so much. Success to me, it's doing something that you wake up every morning and get really, really excited for it. And success, it's something that you can be proud of, inspire others. And for me, it's also about legacy, setting an example to my kids and leaving a good legacy behind me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it. To me, it's a lot of different components.
I love that. And your outfits, I feel like you make waves in more than one way. This podcast is called Make Waves because
I love that name, by the way. So cool.
Thank you. It's people who kind of step outside their comfort zone, take risks, and you take risks in fashion and in life and in all aspects of your life. You kind of set an example that it's, you're bold and confident. So what would your advice be to others to make waves in their own life?
Well, first of all, once again, thank you. You're so sweet for saying all of these amazing things. I think the main thing is just don't take yourself too seriously. You know what I mean? Just like have fun with that and just dance like nobody's watching you. You know what I mean? Just get out of your comfort zone and get confident and just chase your dreams. I feel like I personally went through so much in my life that really taught me how to be tough, resilient, and also like keep moving as no matter what. And I think like that attitude and that positivity of like dealing with really, really, bad divorce, 3-time immigrations. Like I went through so much negativity in my life. I mean, immigration was not negativity, but I went through so much that it really helped me like to open up and also to realize what's really important in life, exactly. Right. And I think
you say that because, and we've only spoke, a couple times, but you just come across as such a positive person. So to go through so many hard things and still have that positive energy and the positive outlook on life is a really big deal and a big thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think it totally also reflects on my outfits as well. Like I never really learned styling. This whole business, especially the styling business, came actually as a surprise to me. But I did notice that I tend to take risks in life and it also comes in outfits. And I always like encourage and inspire my audience to step out of the comfort zone and to experiment different things, not to get married to stigmas that certain things don't look on you, certain colors don't look good on you, or certain shapes. Just like literally try on things, experiment with trends, experiment with colors, experiment with layers. I mean, layers for me are magic, and the magic what they do to your outfit. And just dress for success,
Yes.
Put on an outfit that makes you light, put on an outfit that starts a conversation, put on an outfit that makes you feel really, really comfortable in your own skin. And I feel like once you are doing it, I think everything is becoming really, really possible and positive. A lot of things in my life I did that I didn't even know what am I setting myself up for, including this collaboration that I'm currently running.
And
But
we're going to talk about that shortly. But just to kind of stay on topic with that, like my biggest pet peeve, and I'm sure this is a pet peeve of yours as well, but I hate when people say I can't pull that off. Like,
oh my gosh,
anybody can pull anything off if they wear it with confidence. So I want to hear your reaction to that as a stylist, as a fashionista. Like, what do you say to your clients that say I can't pull that off?
I told her that I understand where it's coming from and I understand your concerns, but I would like to see that outfit on her. Mm-hmm. And I would like to see how she feels. I also really always encourage my clients to take pictures of the outfits they put on, because not everything they're going to see right away in the mirror is going to be immediately so pleasing as after that to start looking through your pictures, because sometimes you look at your picture and you're like, oh my God, I actually do think this color looks good on me. Mm-hmm. So I definitely tell my clients, I empathize with them and I understand it, because I understand we all have all our insecurities and we all build on these stigmas. Right. But my job is try to open them up, and I try to, okay, let me see this on, let me take a picture of you. I want to understand what exactly bothers you, and then to try to go into details of it and try to resolve it. And most of the cases, my clients, I get very surprised. They're like, oh my God, I never knew I can pull this color off. Oh my God, I never knew that style looks good on me. So yeah, that's my.
Yes, absolutely. And okay, let's talk about the 900 North collaboration, because that's your biggest collaboration to date. As you said, it's happening right now. You're in the studio. So let's tell everybody what it is, what's going on, where they can watch your lives. Go for it.
Oh, Jaclyn, thank you so much. Well, it's been a dream of mine for over a year. I actually kind of like planned it in my head. As a blogger, as a stylist, I found myself that it's a lot more efficient and effective and a lot more truthful if I stick to fewer brands and I just promote them on my platform. Mm-hmm. You don't really see a lot of brands and promotions on my Instagram, and I think that's what's unique about me. And when I was discussing my whole business and my growth with the business coach that I hired at the beginning of the year, she was asking what would be your ultimate client, and I thought that, you know, working with malls, it would be like the best place for me to be, because this way I can bring all the shops together and I can do my workshops and I can do so many amazing things, because for me this is my playground, right?
Exactly.
I thought about it. I always loved 900 Shops. I've been following them for years. They're just like an amazing, such a beautiful place. I've seen they've been collaborating with other bloggers and stylists. They constantly get the community involved. So of course it's been in the back of my head, but I never actually did anything about it. During pandemic, I started like slowing down a little bit, because, you know, I'm a mom and I have little kids, and I realized that really nothing is more important in life than being with them. So I was spending a lot of time with my kids, but at the same time, I really wanted to continue serving my people. So I was doing live closet sales from my closets, and I would donate some of it to different organizations, and I would just give people a lot of positivity, styling tips and tricks, helping them organize the closets. And then this is how 900 Shops reached out to me through these events, and they're like, can we do something like that at 900 Shops? And for me, that was such a vision, because I love the idea of doing workshops and sales events. And I was thinking, if I'm doing it in my own closet, why not to bring it to the whole mall and to promote all these amazing stores that are right now, everyone is struggling during the pandemic. So they reached out to me, and we just kind of like designed this whole partnership from scratch. And we did 4 events in December. They were very successful, I guess. People love them. And now I've signed up with them first quarter 2021. I do have my own space right here where we're at today. The idea of the space, every week we're having virtual events every Wednesday on 900 Shops Instagram. Every week it's something different. It's not just shopping events. There is a lot of information, a lot of really cool topics. Like tomorrow it's all about resorts essential. for him and her?
Oh, I have to follow that one. I have to follow all of them, but I'm going to Cabo. I'm getting married in Cabo. So
Oh my God, that's
I'm
so exciting.
going in April and then the wedding's in November. So I'm like looking all about resort wear. So I need to speak to you about this, but continue.
Congratulations. Congratulations
Thank
to you.
you.
This is, I feel like it's a really, really good season. I feel like people are craving some vacation. So I think it's a really good topic. So every week we're going to be doing virtual events, and then I do my VIP styling here. And I also feature my capsule collection from the entire mall. So every time when you walk by, you can see all my favorite pieces from all the stores in the entire shop, in the entire 900 shops. And I switch it every week. It's
Oh my goodness. That is
great.
so exciting. And I think if anybody doesn't follow you already, they have to follow you because you are the fashion icon. You really are. Like you embody all of it.
Oh,
Now
thank
I
you.
want to move on. So you are a mother.
I am.
And I love watching hustlers, people who are just, getting all of their dreams come true, but then also being a mom. So how do you do it all? How do you manage your time with the kids? And I mean, I love watching your content, including the kids on different collaborations and things. That's amazing. But how does that work for you in terms of balancing being a mom and work?
It's a work in progress. It's sometimes it's easier than others. I think like having my own business and working on my own terms, that was a huge part of it. I always wanted, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have my own business, so I can work around the schedule of my kids. Because during the pandemic, I was able to just pretty much almost completely shut down and spending 80% time with my kids. I just try to fit it, play around their schedule, and I try to bring them as much as I can to my work. I want them to see what I'm doing. I want them to see that at all dreams, the sky is the limit if they follow their dreams. And I want them to be proud of me. And I just love getting them involved. And now in my 900 Shops studio, I actually gonna have a little section for kids, not just my kids. Thank you. So I'm gonna have like a little collection of my kids' favorite clothing from clothing stores, their favorite toys from a toy store, books from a bookstore, chocolates from the chocolate store, like a little section and little DIY projects. So when I have my kids are coming to spend time with me, they have something to do rather than being on the iPad. Or like, for example, I have a mother who's coming with a daughter on Saturday. So we're gonna be doing a little styling session for daughter as well. And I'm preparing like a little section just for her.
Oh, that's so nice. And I see your daughter is like a professional gymnast. Like she's like doing flips.
She's a gold medalist. I think gymnastics, it's one of these amazing skills that really also, if she can do this, like the same routine over and over and over and over 1,000 times until maybe one time she's going to get it right on her competition, which she usually does. I think if she can do that, she can do anything.
Oh, wow. And that's such a, being a mother, being able to tell them the sky's the limit, that's the best thing you can do as a mother. And when I have kids, I want to be just like you.
Oh my gosh, Jaclyn, you are so kind. Thank you so much for all these amazing compliments. I'll do an interview with you every day.
What advice would you give to young women who want to make it in the fashion industry? Because there's so many people who love fashion. Like, what would be your advice to them?
Oh, first of all, I have a lot of advice for that. First of all, people can reach out to me with any kind of questions, help, or anything. I'm completely open book and I respond to all of my DMs. I feel like first find like what is that about this industry that is so exciting to you and start following them, like whether it's like bloggers, whether it's stylists, whether it's like businesses. Start following and start getting really, really involved in that, like engaging and communicating with them. And then eventually, just don't be afraid to reach out to your favorite, to your dream workplace and submit your resume. Like I really have a lot of respect for these people that step out of the comfort zone and they just go straight to my DM. Listen, before 900 Shops, one of my most amazing partnerships I got because I reached out to them directly through DM. So just don't be shy and don't wait until it's going to come to you. Start networking right now, like yesterday, and keeping in touch with all your network and just engage in the community, like figure out what is that goal, what is your dream job, and step by step try to get there, whether it's like volunteering first at the beginning, or doing whatever, but just like reaching out, making these steps, like, just so you know, I'm interested in your business. This is my dream. This is what I do. If I can help you in any way, I would like to do so, even without getting paid. I know, you know how many jobs I did without getting paid in order to get here. Just it takes a hustle. Just pull your sleeve and start putting a lot of work into it. And don't tell anyone, don't let anyone tell you that this industry is busy and it's hard to succeed. There's no such a thing. I'm not buying it. If you're good and you know you're good and you have that magic power, then you can do it. And I want everybody to know that if I did it, I moved to this country. I did not speak any English. I did not have, I moved here 17 years ago, okay? And I had no family. I had an ex-husband who was the worst news ever. I had no money and I had no English. And nobody told me that fashion, it's actually an industry. In my family, it was or accounting or attorney or medical, right? So, and that's what I did before. I was an accountant before. But if I got myself out of all this mess by myself, started everything from scratch, and I did it, then why everybody can do it? You know, I feel like that's the formula.
That's so inspiring to hear.
Thank you.
It's true, you know, and I guess I want to ask you, like, what was the first step for you? Like when you kind of were at your lowest point, you know, you were here, you had the divorce, like what was the next thing for you to be like, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to change the path of my life?
I mean, my lowest point was when I was in my bad marriage. That was very, very low. And I was sitting there and convincing myself that no one else's life is perfect. You know, like my parents, the relationship, not exactly my goals. Okay. I mean, they're amazing parents, but like I did not see that crazy, like love and affection, when they were raising me. And I know I couldn't even name like my friends that having a happy marriage. So I was like thinking that it's normal as long as I'm not alone. And, you know, he's a nice, successful man. I mean, nice, successful, maybe not that nice anymore. Maybe I should just suck it up. I mean, that's the advice that my parents gave me, okay? So that was a very low point for me. And I was in a really, really bad place, like overeating, like very depressed. And it was really, that was the lowest. And I just, one day I decided that I'm not going to take it anymore, that life is too beautiful and I'm capable to a lot more. I just called the police and I ran away.
Wow.
I ran away. Wow. I stole $2,000 from him, cash, and I just ran away because he was physically abusive. So when I realized how I was in a really dangerous place there and abusive, and I realized that my life is going nowhere, I called the police and I stole $2,000 and I ran away and I started from scratch. Like
oh my
his car.
God, this is nothing I ever knew before. Now this is like taking this to a whole new level of like, 100%. Look where you are now. Holy.
And I didn't even share it with my parents because they were really far and there's not much they could do. I was alone. I only had like one couple of friends that live in suburbs and they really helped me. They rented, I gave them $2,000. They gave me the apartment in the city. And this is where I lived my first couple of months until I got a job and until I started. I got on my feet so quickly, Jaclyn, less than a year. I bought my own condo. I was working as an accountant on Michigan Avenue for a new developer. I was making so much money.
Wow.
I never, ever thought I will get married again, ever. But I just like really loved my life. I loved my freedom. I loved the fact that I can work and make my own money and not relying on a man. I'm like, that was all new to me because I was raised in a world like, you're the princess and where's the prince on the horse that's gonna come and bring everything to you? That doesn't work this way. You know, you make your own life the way you want it. And I was in America. I mean, it's an American dream to be here. There's tons of opportunities. I signed up with this recruiting agency. They found me a job, like pretty much first interview. And I killed it my first year. And when I met my husband at the end of that year, I I never thought this is when I the least was looking for anyone. I really did not ever think I would get married again. I was actually planning on going back to Israel. I never thought I'm gonna stay here because I don't have a family here.
Right. And that's always what happens when you're not looking. It ends up falling right in your lap.
Exactly. That's the advice I have for my single girls. You know, instead of looking, is just to take care of themselves. You know, once you're in peace with yourself, confident in your skill, like spending a lot of, you know, self-improvement time, I do believe then everything else is going to come in a line for you.
It's so true. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing your story with me.
I talk about it all the time because I feel like I feel like by sharing it, I'm inspiring so many other women. And I know a lot of people are in abusive relationships, and it's just not okay. None of the women should be living in an abusive relationship, and none of us should be relying on the men in the family. We are women, and we can do anything.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed with you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you for saying that, and again for sharing. I had a topic that I wanted to bring up.
Oh my gosh, that's the story of my life. I don't know how you do it. Every time I do interviews, I get so sucked in, I forget about my next question. I need to learn from you.
Okay, well, we're gonna play. Since I forgot, maybe we'll get back to it. We're gonna play.
I don't care. Yeah, sure.
And how the game works, so I do this in every episode. It's called Make Waves, aka Spilling the Tea, where you say the first thing that comes to your mind as soon as I ask the question. So it's no filter, you just kind of say it as it comes, okay?
Okay.
Okay, first question. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I'm gonna say it first. So okay. I'm a talent agent, and I represent a lot of influencers, so I do like brand partnerships and whatnot. And I just wanna let you know that I've had multiple people drop your name and just say, I want a career like Tali Kogan's career. So I just had to tell you that in person, that, you know, people look up to you, and I think what you're doing and creating is inspiring others to want to do the same.
Honestly, I mean, every time I hear it, I get so emotional. It's just amazing. Thank you so much for saying that. It's just so amazing. The fact, I truly think that that's my favorite part about my story, or success, the way you want to call it, is I'm truly empowering and inspiring other women. And to me, hearing this is the definition of success. Thank you.
It's true. So I think it's important when you have stuff like that, it's important to share with people. Like if you get positive feedback, it's important to tell that person those things, you know.
100%.
That's why you're doing what you're doing. Exactly.
I think it's very important. And thank you again for saying that. I think like being open and complimenting people, focusing on all these amazing positive things that we see around, and actually talking about it, mentioning that, that's huge. That's what makes our world like more positive and more beautiful and inspiring space.
Because sometimes you forget about it. You know, you're in your daily work, you're in your grind, and you don't realize like what you're really doing to the outside world if you don't personally hear it yourself. Like if somebody doesn't DM you or email you and say, oh wow, I was really moved by that interview or by that post or whatever it is, you know. So personally for me, if I get an email from a client being like, oh, by the way, I'm like, oh wow, that kind of brings me back to my roots, and like that is my why. That is why I'm doing
that's my why. That's what keeps us going. If we're not going to be able to it's so hard to put yourself out there, right, with all these ideas, and if we're not going to receive that feedback, that support back, it's going to be very hard to continue creating.
Exactly. Okay, so we're going to play our game, so we're going to jump right in here. Okay, so greatest single achievement in your career.
Single achievement?
Yeah, greatest single achievement in your career.
900 traps.
I was going to say, it's right behind you.
Yes.
Biggest inspiration?
Bigger, my mother.
Love that. Me too. Favorite item in your closet? Favorite clothing item?
Favorite clothing? I am a blazers queen. I have blazers in every single color. I wear blazer over everything. So I would have to say blazers. I don't know if I have any specific one. I love them all.
Yes, blazers are.
Blazers.
I'm very into the blazer dresses. Like,
yes, it's just such a simple item that elevates anything, even your workout outfit.
Yeah, so true. Best advice someone gave you.
Best advice someone gave me. Let me think about it. Best advice. I would say best advice that somebody gave me is when you are trying to open a business and that rely on clients, all it takes is one happy client. Just take one client and make him really, 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 really or her happy. And then everything will come, and that client is going to refer another client, and this is going to start work. And I think that really resonated with me, because when I started my business, I was selling Israeli designers before I became a blogger and a stylist. I was selling Israeli clothing, and I was trying to grow my business. And I think that advice really helped me a lot.
Yeah. Favorite current fashion trend? So I know you love the blazers, but is there something trending right now that you...
I love all the puffy sleeves vibes. I love everything with sleeve, especially now when we're in this Zoom world. I feel like this is a great way to express yourself and to feel like on trend and fashionable. So anything like, the shoulder pads, like which I'm currently wearing, or ruffles, or volume on the sleeves, anything like that sounds amazing.
Yes. You actually wore, I DM'd you about that jean jacket that I loved.
Yeah, retrofit. We sold so many of them.
Oh my God, that jacket with a dress.
Isn't it everything?
It is everything. I can't even. Last time you cried.
Right now with you.
I love it.
I don't cry a lot from sadness. I feel like I became so resilient. But I get emotional very, very often. Like every time people are complimenting me that I make an impact on them, I cry. Yesterday, I walked into my space. We finally opened it up. I walked in, I cry. So I cry, but only for good reasons. I barely cry from sadness.
Oh, that's really nice. And then last question for you, biggest splash you've ever made in the industry?
Do you mean like biggest impact?
Yeah, biggest impact.
In the industry, I would probably say on the person. I would say that one of the biggest impact that I feel very accomplished for doing it is actually on my mother-in-law, because she was quarantining this entire pandemic, which is almost a year. Barely left her house. She lives in Washington, D.C., but she started like following my life events. And I totally see her like coming back to life. And for me, like she's started like styling the outfits from her closet, and she started like dressing up and sending me all these amazing pictures. Last week we had my trainer here, and he's talked about like fitness advice. She started working out. 2 weeks ago I had here Jessica's wife. So she bought a book, and my mother-in-law tells me right now how she's finally starting doing something that she loves and how her life is changing. She's sending me every day those messages. Not every day, but whenever she does, I cry. I do, because to me, this is the biggest accomplishment. That's the goal. If I can get people out of the comfort zone, entertain them while they're home, especially during this really, really hard times, to me, that's an accomplishment.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for telling your story, being a part of this show. Can you tell everybody where they can follow you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I spend majority of my time on my Instagram. You can follow me at Tali Kogan.
And I'll write it below, so they'll have it.
Yeah, this is the easiest way to get in touch with me. I respond to all of my DMs. If I didn't respond, it's most likely because I missed it. But you also can find me every Wednesday on 900 Shops Instagram. Every Wednesday we're doing virtual events, and they're so fun. I also have my Pinterest, and I also have my Facebook. And of course, people can reach out by email. but I believe majority of your audience is on Instagram, so I look forward to see them there.
Perfect. Oh, you're so wonderful and fabulous. Thank you again, and we will talk to you soon.